I wish to welcome you all. We'll be going with the webinar very soon. Let's give the attendees another minute to join the session, and then we'll be starting the webinar today. Very happy to have you all on board. Please introduce yourself in the chat section on Zoom, and if you're watching us on social media, then please also introduce yourself. Tell us from what country are you, what industry do you work in, whether you work with an EPC company, an installer, developer. Would like to hear from all of you. We'll be happy. Hello, Mr. Sayed Masroor, Ihab, Ahmed, Mr. Sahib, Mr. Qais, Mr. Sayed. Welcome all. Very happy to have you on board. I believe that we have reached a great number to start with, and I hope that the rest will join throughout the introduction. So, welcome all. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this webinar. We'll be speaking about HIMO 6 powering the MENA DG revolution. This webinar is sponsored by LONGi Solar, the leading global energy company that has been leading the market for years when it comes to both advanced PV technology and production capacity. We are delighted to have an experienced technical panel with speakers from LONGi and from Sabah. If you are not able to hear us well here on Zoom, or if the connection is breaking, I know in some Middle Eastern countries the internet is not great, you can try to watch our live streams on Facebook or LinkedIn. Sometimes they work better due to the compression algorithms of these social media platforms. And if you're here as well, then please remain with us here in Zoom so you can benefit from asking your questions in the Q&A section. This is where we definitely read your question and it doesn't get lost and messed up with the other comments that we have in the chat. So please, if you have questions to the speakers, then send that in the Q&A section. And for general messages, for introductions, please use the chat feature. For those that are on social media, just please send your questions as a comment and we will pick it up from there. A quick introduction from my side. My name is Munif Barakat. I'm from SolarAbic, which is the biggest renewable energy platform dedicated for the Middle East and Africa. And I'm pleased to have today two esteemed speakers that I wish to introduce by order of appearance. First, I have Faryal Bhatti from Products and Solutions as a Products and Solutions Manager from LONGi, and Ali Al-Tharwan as an engineering manager for energy solutions at Sabah. Well, I will get back to our speakers very soon, and that will be covering a range of very important topics. And the importance of today's topic is mainly because the Middle East has undergone significant changes in the energy landscape, with increasing demand for energy and the shift towards sustainable sources, the electricity grids problems. It's crucial to understand that the role of distributed generation in the region is growing in importance. The webinar is planned to provide insights into how DG is shaping the energy sector and its implications for the future. By discussing the success factors of DG projects from multiple aspects, from a supplier perspective and from an EPC perspective, the stakeholders can identify opportunities and challenges, enabling them to make informed decisions and strategies for their businesses or investments. And before I hand over to the first panelist that we have, I've prepared a quick market introduction and market update for everyone here. And that's prepared by our research team at SolarAbic, where we research the market in the Middle East and Africa for solar PV at all the scales, and this time we are very much, let's say, focused on the DG market. When we say DG market, basically we speak about what is commonly known as the residential sector and the CNI sector, in addition to all the off-grid and hybrid applications. So it's everything that is not a big utility scale project. It's very important to start with that definition so we know what we are talking all about. Quick Update about last year. Last year has been an impressive year for the DG sector in the Middle East, when we have more than one country that has crossed the 500 megawatts of installations only in 2020. You see the map in here, and you see that the biggest concentration of the strongest market in the whole Middle East in 2022 was Lebanon, even though it looks like the tiniest country in the map. It was the biggest market by far, since Lebanon had more than 660 megawatts of new installations in 2022. And definitely the solar PV has solved a big problem in the country, not just by providing a clean source of energy, but also providing a reliable source of energy at a competitive cost. That was very important for many that have decided to implement solar in Lebanon and use it for smaller applications, like in the residential sector, for agriculture, for microgrids applications. We've seen projects at the megawatt level in Lebanon over the past couple of years. One of the important trends as well is Yemen. Yemen has continued to install more than 300 megawatts last year, making it one of the stable, growing markets in the Middle East when it comes to the DG market. Definitely this comes out of the same type of demand like is in Lebanon, where the electricity grid is not supplying electricity stably, or even sometimes in some regions doesn't provide electricity more than half an hour a day. And definitely then people would seek alternative solutions. And here solar has shown the value of providing not just clean energy, but a very reliable source that millions of people depend on it now in the region. In Saudi Arabia, we've seen some movements and updates to the regulations, but still most of the applications for on-grid projects were on hold. So we did not see significant installations in Saudi. Still, more or less we hear about some projects here and there for some off-grid, for some special applications, but the mainstream on-grid projects have not kicked off yet in 2022. So that was regarding the past year. 2023 has seen also some changes. This is a little forecast. We forecast that the market would shrink a bit in this year, but we would remain above 1.5 gigawatts of new installations in the Middle East for the DG market. And then this should pick up again next year, where we should cross again the 1.8 gigawatts of DG installations in 2024. The important things to note in here is that some markets will maintain their growth, like in Yemen. Some markets will pick up even faster growth pace, like in Bahrain, where we have seen that there are many projects that have attracted local and regional developers to install solar for, especially in the CNI sector, where we've seen projects as big as 100 megawatt project for a shopping mall. That's definitely impressive development in the market, and we are also watching this market very closely as it grows. Lebanon won't be as big as it was in the last year, simply because there's wherever solar is easy and feasible to install has been installed, or let's call them the low-hanging fruits. Yeah? So and now it is people struggle to find space or area to install solar, and that's something that we'll see it impacting the installations for this year and the upcoming years. But the regulations in Lebanon are developing as well. We've seen the new tax exempt that has been introduced this and approved this year, and this will have an impact in the coming year to reduce the taxes and the import duties on solar equipment, and that will definitely help to make the let's say help the market to pick up again, because together with the reduced equipment prices nowadays, this will definitely make much more sense in many cases where solar will become cheaper and more competitive. We are talking about countries where payback period has been in the range of 2 years, 3 years. And that's definitely impressive looking to the lifetime span of modules of around 30 years. So the trends that we will see is that since area is scarce for PV installations, we see a lot of customers now paying more attention towards the efficiency and the technologies being used and seeking higher technology in order to realize more value from the area. The second thing is that since there was very rapid growth, as you have seen in the last year, there have been very bad practices in installation and design, and this caused problems where people have lost their plants, or fires have been caused, or we've seen a deformation in the structure that has been installed, or we've seen solar panels flying in some occasions, and that's why the customers are paying more attention to the quality of the product, quality of the EPC company and the design. And that's something that's very important. And looking into technologies that would make it safer to install solar on the roof, something like using microinverters that will definitely help you to reduce the risk of having DC cables on your roof. The last aspect is the aesthetics. Again, solar can not just be useful, but can be also beautiful on your building. So we've seen that some suppliers provided modules in multiple colors. Some have focused on BIPV technology, and I believe that this trend will continue as we move forward. That was all from my side. As a quick market introduction, if you have any questions to me, please send them in the Q&A section, and I'll be very happy now to introduce Faryal Bhatti, the Products and Solutions Manager at LONGi. Please, Faryal.
Thank you, Munif. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome. Salam.
Yes, let me share my screen.
Meanwhile, until Faryal shares the screen, I want to remind you again, please, to send all your questions to me or to Faryal or later to Ali in the Q&A section and not in the chat. I've seen some questions in the chat. These we might not notice them later on, so please send it in the Q&A. Please go ahead, Faryal.
Thank you. So, assalamu alaikum. Hello, everyone, and a very warm virtual welcome to this webinar. Thank you for joining us. Today I will be presenting you the high MO6 product family, which is based on a very efficient cell technology, and it's focused on the CNI DG PV market. So let's get started with it. First, a brief introduction about LONGi Solar. It was founded in year 2000 and is one of the leading PV module manufacturing company in the world. LONGi has dedicated itself to the technology innovation, and for that it has invested a big amount of $1 billion in the research and development section to bring the best quality products for its consumers. Then LONGi will also supply you the green power and the green hydrogen products and solutions to achieve the global zero carbon development. LONGi is present all around the world, and it has its business coverage in more than 150 countries and regions. And it has recently inaugurated its new office in Dubai, which is Middle East and Central Asian office, and its headquarters is still located in China. So LONGi has always been focused on the advanced solar technology, and with that it has created lots of world efficiency records. The graph below shows some wide range of technologies. It has done some research and development with its efficiencies. And the reason for this detailed R&D is that to achieve the milestone of bringing the best quality product and also achieving the best quality in the mass production in all of its technologies of the PV module. Talking about the technologies which have been in the PV industry for the past 20 to 25 years. First, it started as in polycrystalline, where the efficiency was reaching up to 25%. And then there was another shift in the cell technology where monocrystalline took over as a PERC cell. And the cell efficiency was in the range of 21 to 24%. And now there's another shift with the next generation cell technology, with the cell efficiency which is surpassing the 25%, and LONGi is here to bring that new next generation PV module for its consumers. So in the CNI sector, the PV module faces new challenges in terms of diversified application scenarios, and the requirement for the PV modules vary, like appearance matching the architecture style, the stable and high efficiency power output, plus the safe and reliable generation. Also, they want some smart optimizations with intelligent production. So high MO6 product family is addressing each and every requirement of this PV module, PV module challenge in the PV market. So HIMO6 is based on HVPC cell, which is hybrid passivated back contact cell. As the name shows, that the grid at the front of the module are moved to the back of the PV module. So the combination of hybrid preservation and back cell technology is improving the cell efficiency of conventional HVPC cell up to 25%, while the pro version of the HVPC cell is reaching up to 25.3%. This combination is also enhancing the light absorption, as 100% cell surface area is available for the light. Then the photoelectric conversion capacity with the hydrogen passivation has been improved immensely. Then the all-back welding technology has also been stabilized, and it has improved the electrical transmission within the PV module. So as a whole, these all characteristics are improving the efficiency, reliability, and performance of HVDC HIMO6 product. Now we'll talk about some series. HIMO6, based on the functional characteristics of its PV module, it is divided into these 4 sub-series. One is the HIMO6 Explorer. It is focused on the performance improvement. Then the second one is the Scientist series, which is focused on the highest efficiency. The third is the Guardian series, which comes with pre-made optimizers. And the fourth one is the Artistic series, which is offering you the colored module option, which we will see in detail what each wattage and what are the other characteristics of each series. So talking about the HIMO6 Explorer, its highest module efficiency is up to 22.5%, which is 585 watts. It is improving the performance of the module and the project very much, and also giving you a very good appearance of your project. Then the Scientist series is the pro version of HVDC. It is based on the hydrogen passivated back contact cell. Its efficiency is reaching up to 23.2%, that is 600 watts. And it is also bringing some warranty and service improvements as well. Then is the Guardian series. This is the intelligent one, which is coming with optimizers. It is giving you intelligent optimization along with some active security. So if there are any certain applications where you require each module to optimize the output, or there's any kind of shading which is not removable, then Guardian series is the best choice. Then the Artistic series, it comes in different colors. It is lightening up the architectural inspirations. If client is focused more on the architecture and style and want to make the project appealing, then you can choose from different colored options in the HIMO6 Artist series. Let's talk about some technical characteristics of the HIMO6 series. Whenever we are examining a PV module, we focused on some certain parameters, and for that we have done this comparison between the standard PERC module and the LONGi HiMO6. We have done some PVC simulations, and we have seen that the LONGi HiMO6 was able to achieve an average of 10% more output in different regions, in different 10 regions all around the world. The modular efficiency was high, light absorption was better, long-term power generation with improved temperature coefficient, and the performance in low irradiance was also very good. Then comes the installation capacity, because it is connected with the modular efficiency. So we have done this comparison, which shows where the LONGi HiMO6 is standing. The modular efficiency is reaching up to 22.5%. And in the same conditions, when we install the PERC module, the installation capacity of HiMO6 is 6% more than the PERC module, while in comparison to TOPCon module, the installation capacity is increased for about 3%. Then this is the LONGi HiMO6 very back contact cell technology. How is it benefiting the HiMO6? There is a representation of it. As you can see here, the PERC module in your right picture, that the grids that are running on the cell, they are shadowing some part of the cell and not letting it absorb the light completely. But with the back contact cell technology, the 100% cell surface area is available, and there is no shielding due to ribbons. So it is maximizing the light trapping in the HiMO6. And with this characteristic, the light absorption is improved up to 2.27%. Then a very important factor, as we live in Middle East and there are very high temperatures, we have reached a world record of high temperature this year. So PV module should be performing very good in at high temperatures of 50 to 60 degrees. So the temperature coefficient of the PV module should be very less. It should be degrading less. So HiMO6 comes with power temperature coefficient as low as 0.29% per degree Celsius. There are some PVC simulations done at hot conditions. So you can see here, in comparison to the standard PERC module, LONGi HiMO6 with its temperature coefficient of 0.29% was able to give around 82.6% of output generation at high temperature of 85 degrees Celsius. So this is improving the performance of LONGi HiMO6 for about 1.16% in hot climates like Thailand, and 0.5% in like temperatures in Sweden, Stockholm. Then another important factor that we see when we are comparing the PV module, that is how it is performing at low irradiation. We know that during the day, the irradiation varies massively. The radiation will be from 200, 400, and 600, and so on. So the PV module should be able to perform better in low irradiation. So HiMO6 has a very improved low irradiation performance, and it is bringing longer power generation time as well. You can see in the graph that the HiMO6 energy generation is the bell graph is starting from the sunrise and reaching up to sunset. So the PV plant will be switched on for a longer period of time during the day. So this whole output increase is up to 2% of generation throughout the throughout the day that you are getting. Then is the lower degradation. HiMO6 comes with the annual degradation of 0.4% and a maximum first year degradation up to 1.5%. While the standard PERC modules was giving you around 2% of first year degradation and an annual degradation up to 0.4%. So HiMO6 has improved the annual degradation as well, and at the end of 30 years, the warranty period, it will be giving you 4.8% of more power, with its material warranty of 15 years, and some scientist series comes with the material warranty up to 25 years. Then the all-back welding technology is also improving the reliability of the HIMO-6. You can see here that the traditional Z-shaped welding structure, it is imposing quite a stress on the edges of the cell, while the all one-line welding structure in the HIMO-6 is reducing that stress and improving the reliability, so that there is less micro cracking within the cell over the period of warranty. Then here is some wattages and the comparison between the Explorer and the Scientist. Explorer comes in both the variant 72 cell and the 54 cell as well. And the module power is ranging from 565 to 585 with efficiency up to 22.5%. And its weight is around 27.5 kgs. While the Pro version HIMO-6 series is coming in the wattages up to 590 to 600 watt. This is the prime efficiency module, and its efficiency is surpassing 23.2%. And now in the coming next quarters, we will be able to achieve wattages more than 600 watt as well. Then there are some reliability tests that we have done by the third party. These are other than the IC test standards that we perform, the hail impact simulations, the thermal cycle test, salt spray test, and the dynamic simulations. You can see here that these HIMO-6 is able to perform really better under these extreme test conditions and is achieving the best product reliability test certificate. Some third-party verifications by PVEL. It has been a top performer last year, and also by RETC, it has been the high achiever PV module in 2022 as well. So some mass production availability, LONGi mass production is achieved in last year Q4, and now the capacity for this year has been 25 gigawatt, and so far by next quarter in Q4 we will be able to surpass this forecast capacity as well. So these are some collaborations in companies in the Middle East region. Some innovations that we are doing. We are arranging some seminars, product trainings for our clients, so that you can actually understand the technologies, the HIMO-6, some designing and installation trainings as well, to give the best, to improve the customer service experience for our consumers. Then these are some our compatible partners. Sungrow, Goodby, we are compatible with all other manufacturers as well. So these are some our successful commercial partners in some PV installations. Then HIMO-6 product family has also improved the warranty packages as well. It is giving you pre-sales, post-sales, and after-sales services as well. It is improving the extended warranty, giving you remote monitoring, and then we're also giving you services of regular inspections along with some quality analysis as well. So if you join with us, and we can give you some improved and enhanced product warranty from 12 years to 15 years of whatever package the clients wants to achieve. Then there are some project cases and some analysis that we have done with HIMO-6. As you can see here, there's a project in Warsaw, Poland, and the system was of around 175 kilowatt. The modular efficiency was reaching up to 6.3%, and the balance of system we were able to reduce with HIMO-6 was around 6.3%. So this is an levelized cost analysis that is done, and with HIMO-6, the levelized cost that we were able to achieve was 50.9 euros per megawatt. So that is a good lower levelized cost. Then another project that we have done was in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and the levelized cost was we were able to improve the modular efficiency and lower the balance of system cost by 6.02%. Then we have done this amazing analysis of our HiMO6. We have installed a project in China, and almost 2,088 HiMO6 modules are installed of 575 watt capacity. The capacity is around 1.2 megawatt, and the generation self-consumption rate was around 85%. As you can see here, the levelized cost is as low as $0.021 per year, and the payback period is 5.2 years. So this is the basic analysis that we do, and we perform for our clients as well to give them the best service, customer services, if it is required by our clients. Then here are some installations and application cases all around the world. This is a HiMO6 product which is installed in Stockholm, Sweden, in Europe, and it is an obsidian black installation. You can see how aesthetically beautiful it is, and it is giving a pure black installation or on the roof, and it is in a obsidian black style, and it is giving you performance up to 25 years. Then there is another installation in Finland, Europe. It is also a 4.3 kilowatt HiMO6 Scientist series, 25 years warranty, and also the same obsidian black style. Then there is an installation recently done in a textile factory in Pakistan. It is a 1.2 megawatt of solar project. It is generating up to 1.8 gigawatt hour of power per year, and it has reduced the power cost per year by $250,000 USD, and it is reducing 1,325 ton of carbon emission per year. So, and the payback is expected to be 4 years only. Then another project in Pakistan, it is done by Bhatti Energy. It is around 0.25 megawatt. The annual generation is around 438 megawatt hour with a payback of 4.5 years, and it is reducing the power cost per year by 52,000 USD. Then we have another project done in Lebanon, Al-Tharwan. It is a 20.7 kilowatt project. It is a hospital. It is giving all-day power supply with energy storage, and it is an online and offline operation. It is helping to cater the critical load or demand of the hospital. Then this is another project that we have done in Al-Amal Al-Arbi Hospital. It is reducing energy costs and carbon emissions. It is a 262 kilowatt of project done, and it is reducing the carbon emission of 200 tons per year. Then there is another project that we are doing in Qatar, which is going to be a utility scale project. It is a 800 megawatt project, and it is still under construction. It will be able to reduce 110,000 tons of carbon emission per year. Then another application in Europe. It is with a LONGi HiMO6 family. It is the obsidian black PV module. It is giving you the appearance of the whole black, and it is completely merging with the requirement of the house. So thank you so much. Thank you for your time, passion, and your dedication to a sustainable future. So let's work together to be the change we want to see in the world. And I will see you in the Q&A session. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Faryal. I appreciate the time and the preparation also for this presentation. We're very happy to see the developments that LONGi has been doing, and the leadership role that LONGi is playing in the solar industry. This brought up a few questions that we have received so far. I'm sure more will come, and we will do that in the Q&A section, so you can take a quick break until we do the next part and get back to you. Thank you. Okay, then I'll take the chance then to you do a quick poll before we continue with Engineer Al-Tharwan. The first question that I wish to ask here on the screen, so we know what country you joined us from. Please select the country. We'll be very happy to know the country of our audience, so we could also tailor our content as we move forward towards your countries. If you're on social media, please write the name of your country in the comments. That would be also very interesting to see where are you joining us from. I see that we have 27% from Saudi Arabia. We have approximately 17% from the UAE. Jordan is at around 13%. Egypt is at around 20. Very happy to see all of you on board, but we have people from all of the countries in the lists: Oman, Yemen, Lebanon, from Iraq, Syria. Very happy to have you all on board. Thanks for answering the poll. I'll show the results pretty briefly on the screen before we move to the next question. The next question would like to know your industry. Please let us know if you are on social media in the comments, if you work in an EPC company or a developer or a service provider for O&M companies, or if you are an investor or from the public sector, the governmental sector. If you are a student in the university or so, then also let us know if you are from academia or if you are a consultant. We'll be very happy to get to know you better. For those that selected other in Zoom, please write us in the chat and tell us what industry you joined us from. We'll be very happy to have you all. So 34% from EPCs, 12% from developers, and then we have 14% consultants. And then we have approximately from all of the other industries. That's a very interesting mix. Definitely we see this high interest from EPCs and developers and consultants, mainly to learn more about the advanced PV technologies. I'll take the chance now then to move to Engineer Al-Tharwan from Saba Energy, who will be providing us with some best practices to design PV systems, especially in our Middle Eastern region. Welcome on board, Sandas Ali.
Thank you, Munif, and thank you, Faryal, for your time regarding to the LONGi PV module. This is Al-Tharwan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, I will talk with you regarding to some, let me to share my screen.
Okay, I'll let you know once it is up.
Okay, thank you again for your time and attending this webinar for today. I will talk about two main points: key consideration in designing for solar modules and recommended practices for Middle East unique conditions. As you know, sirs, we have two basic considerations that we are focused on during design for any system. The first one is the operation, the operating conditions for the system itself, like temperature, humidity, wind speed, and so on. And the second something is the integration of the system components. As you know, it's important to have integration between the system components with each other in order to achieve the desired results from the system that we are predicted before. The simulation programs available these days are quite accurate If the system works within the inputs that we were used during the simulation, this will of course lead us to obtaining at least the similar results. Today, we will focus on two things, as you know. The first one, again, is key consideration in designing and installation for solar modules. And the second something is recommended practices for Middle East unique conditions. If we need to talk about key considerations, we have some considerations to be in account when design and install solar modules. The first something, as you know, is the PV module and the array configuration to know the best number for modules per array and number of arrays to be entered to the inverter itself. Some considerations that we need to focus on modifying an array or wiring layout. This should be under supervision from the design engineer and approval. Changing PV modules type or manufacturing. In some cases, we design the system based on based on specific module type or manufacturer. And in case that we have some problems regarding the cost, the supply for these PV modules and so on, this should be allowed before and see what is the impact for this on system itself. Number 4, wrong specifications, especially when sizing PV array that they exceed the maximum allowable operating voltage range of inverter. Undersizing of PV strings by connecting low number of modules in series for optimal inverter operating during high temperatures, for example, in summer. Grouping and connecting PV modules without taking into consideration the maximum power point IMB value for each module. Number 7, string wires reverse. To be honest, this is a common mistake when custom jumpers are deployed, or even connecting the same gender of wires at the two ends. This will cause the string to not produce any power, and it can cause serious damage to the inverter itself. Also, swapped string wiring. This is a not common mistake. And having some installation in case that we have plus and minus wires of two different strings are connected to each input. The last thing is poor crimping workmanship, using the wrong tools or method to crimp connectors will cause terminals and open circuits heating, and will eventually lead to burning on and melting the connectors, and because some different problems. So in case that we design a system and make the expectations for the outputs expected from the system itself, any changing or any amendment for the system in a specification, in design, in the layout, and so on, should be clarified before, and watch the impact on system and the expected results. What is the recommended practices for Middle East unique conditions? As you know, in Middle East, we have some complications regarding to the sustainability. It's clear for each one of us that the Middle East had had a good steps to their sustainability. But we have some complications such as arid climatic conditions, over-dependence on the non-renewable natural resources till this moment, and lack of infrastructure and expertise. Besides that, we have for sure and opportunities for Middle East, such as abundant availability of renewable energy systems, establishment of development institutions and regulations, and the growing usage of eco-friendly products. The last something, what is the recommended practices that we also recommend to be considered, especially for Middle East. The recommended practices is 5: design for looks, design to last, design to be maintenance friendly, design for the environment, and labeling our system. What do you mean, Ali, by each one of them? When we talk about design for looks, as you know, a good solar installation will take looks into account. Customers might be willing to have less than pretty things done to their home or facilities, but an ugly installation will lower the values for these houses or facilities, annoy neighbors, and damage the perception of the solar technology. So, in case that we are design the any solar system, it's a good to have a look at design for looks. The second something, design to last by selecting components. It's important to make sure that they are appropriate for the installation. Components should be complement with each other. If a critical component, for example, has half the expected life to each other, this component should be run before and make the preventive maintenance and the action needed to assure that the system will live as expected. Designed to be maintenance friendly. In a lot of cases, the design is designed very well, but the designer don't give the maintenance the maintenance side the proper attention. We need to have enough space to maintenance and work safely. From time to time, we have to clean these PV modules, remove some of these PV modules, and make some maintenance. So, in case that we design system, it's a good to design to be maintenance friendly. Also, design for the environment. There are many environment factors need to be addressed when installing solar PV panels.
Ali,
include,
please, you
yes,
have less than 1 minute left.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
And this include some elements such as roof structure, wind, seismic activity, and so on. There is something labeling the system. It's a good to label the system, and according to NEC 690, the labeling different from each system to another. It's a good to have a reference for labeling, because in case that I have an on-grid system, the labeling for the system is different from labeling for off-grid system, and so on. That's it, and many thanks for your time and attention. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Ali, for this presentation. Sorry to stop you here, but because we are limited with time, we have less than 10 minutes left now for Q&A. So I wish to invite then Ali and Faryal to join me for the Q&A session. We've received some questions, and I'd like to have a chance to answer them all. I'll start with the one that I received, asking me why did not show some countries in the market update. Some countries in Asia, or Africa, because that's the focus was only in the Middle East. We're focusing in this webinar on the Middle East. There's a question to you, Faryal, please. How technically the Explorer and Scientist series vary? That's, I think, there are multiple variations. LONGi is one.
Yeah.
Let's say the companies that has multiple variations of the same product. So we want, obviously, maybe it was confusing if they hear about it for the first time.
So the Explorer and the Scientist series difference is based on the first is the HVBC cell. Explorer series is the conventional hybrid passivation back contact cell, while the Scientist series is the pro version of HVBC. It is based on hydrogen passivation back contact cell. So one is this difference. Second is in the wattages of the PV module. Explorer series is based on the wattages ranges from 560 to 585, while the pro version Scientist series is from 590 to 600. And we will be working on it, bringing more wattage range in the Scientist series. So Scientist is the premium product in this HiMO6 farm.
Okay,
So
very good. Thank you for clarifying that. And there's an efficiency difference, right? So it is like in the end of the day, they're all of the same size, right?
Yeah.
All these
Yes.
modules.
Yeah, the size and weight, everything is same. So the modular efficiency is improving in the Scientist series.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay, and then I have a question from Mr. Maher, who asks, okay, LONGi advertises HiMO 7. So why do we talk about HiMO 6 now? So it's just a bit confusing. Always people have the feeling that the higher the number, the better. So maybe just a little clarification, please.
Okay, so HiMO 7 series is actually a bifacial N-type module. It is a different technology, and it is focused on the utility scale project. HiMO 6 is the mainstream product. It's a monofacial module, and it is targeting the CNI DG market. So that's why we are talking about the HiMO 6 here. For HiMO 7, major bifacial applications are on the utility scale.
Mm-hmm. And he asked, like, for them, the HiMO 6, what would you recommend? Which series is better for the weather and environment in the Middle East when we talk about high temperature and dust, or are they all the same in the end?
HiMO 6 series, they're all performance at high temperatures, coefficient degradation, everything is same. So whichever module you choose, they're all good, better performing module in high temperatures, Middle East region. So there's no difference. You can choose any from Explorer, from Scientist series, and so on. So you'll get the same practices.
Mm-hmm. And there's a question that Mr. Charles, I think, noticed that some of your inverters modules come with inverters. So just if you can re-emphasize on that, please.
So our Guardian series, it comes with pre-made optimizers. The modules each module has an optimizer built in, and the optimizers, if I just brief introduction of how the optimizers work, they are actually connected with the inverter. They are optimizing the output. They're actually the let's say the MPPT of each module. So they are achieving the maximum output for each of the PV module. So in cases where there is any shading, the whole of the string won't be affected. Only that PV module the optimizer will optimize the output for that shaded PV module, and the rest of the PV modules in the string will be performing to their 100% output. So that's what the optimizers do. So the Guardian series is with the pre-made optimizer. They're not the charge controllers or yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Thank you for that. And I have a question from Mr. Muhammad Samir, who asks if can we get, let's say, lower wattages of the HiMO 6, or would then they need to look into some previous series of your product because they have a requirement for 400 watt, maybe replacement or so? I'm not sure.
Okay, 400 watt module, we have to see the availability because we have this smaller wattages in 400 range in the 52 cell variant. So if that's acceptable for you, the smaller module, then we can look into what wattages are available based on the mass production. We can check it for you. So if that is acceptable, otherwise, if you want 72 cell, then you might have to go to some other range.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the answer. Then we'll move to the next question from an anonymous person who asks, is the HIMO 6 N-type or P-type, or is it a PERC wafer in there? And what is better, P-type or N-type for CNI applications?
Okay, so HIMO 6 is based on P-type. And I would say these both N-type and P-type are different cell technologies. And we had come up with an advanced innovated P-type cell. So you have to see how the HIMO 6 is performing and in the CNI sector. So the better performing advanced innovated cell technology is suitable for the CNI, whether it is P-type or N-type. We have done some certain studies as well, some R&D in this section to see what how our HIMO 6 is performing. So HIMO 6 is the P-type, and you have to see how the cell is made, and plus the performing quality and the innovation in the technology. So you have to see these parameters when you're choosing the right PV module for your CNI application.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And then next question from Mr. Hussam Salhi, who asks, they find modules in the market with the glass that has a thickness less than 2 millimeter, while the LONGi has approximately 3.2 millimeter. So is there any disadvantage from modules in the market that have lower thickness of glass for their modules?
Okay, so this 3.2 mm glass thickness is achieving the IEC test conditions. It is bearing the load capacity that is the front loading, the dynamic loading testings of the PV module that is done as per the IEC standards. So that's why we keep the 3.2 mm, so that the module, they don't break over time due to any external loading like let's say dust or any kind of soil, snow load, and so on. So that's what we are getting. And if you reduce the thickness of the glass, and there are chances that the PV module might break due to its own installation structure and the load of its own of the PV module. So that's why we keep the 3.2 mm thickness. Then secondly, you must have seen some certain projects where some sites where they have received a high hailstorm. So so when there is a higher the thickness of the glass, the PV module is able to perform better in that weather conditions. So the hailstorm, it is able to work with that size of the hailstorm. So that's why we have this 3.2 mm glass PV module.
Okay, perfect. And I have a few questions that we can't answer individually about where to find the LONGi products. I suggest that you can always follow the LONGi official pages. There's an official LONGi page in Arabic on Facebook. I just posted that page on in the chat. I encourage you all to follow it because LONGi always distributes publishes the latest distributors list in there and where to get the product. And if you need if you have a specific inquiry, then you can reach out to Engineer Faryal by email. Let me know and I will send the email to you. We are running out of time as we have reached the top of the hour. I think we have answered all the technical questions. There are a few questions about data sheets and so on, but I believe that's available online. on the LONGi website. If you don't find it, then I encourage you to get in contact with Engineer Faryal in here in order to get the info. So the hour has flown very fast, and there has been a lot of content. Very happy to have the esteemed speakers today with me. There's Faryal Bhatti, the product and solutions manager at LONGi, and then Ali Al-Tharwan, who's the engineering manager for energy solutions at Saba. You have delivered very informative session, so I wish to thank you for that, and I wish to thank all the attendees that we had on Zoom and on social media for joining the session today, for taking the time to get introduced to the highest technology that is there in the PV market, and to have a better feeling of the new variations and technologies and the highest efficiencies that these companies are reaching in the market. So very happy to have you all on board. I hope that this webinar was informative. You can get back to the same registration page to get a recording of the session in case you want to watch something, get some information again. And if you have any questions to LONGi or to Saba, then please contact us and we will put you in contact with the right people. Thank you very much. Wish to thank you again, Faryal and Ali.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.